Welcome back to another episode of Tarot by LeaMarie. For those of you who haven't seen the show, let me explain what's going on here tonight. We're broadcasting live from QATV Quincy. The phone lines are open and free, and you can call in and ask a question. I'm here to bring both insight and understanding into personal and professional matters. I can't give you the answer that you're looking for, but I can promise you to give you information from from a perspective you might not have thought of. I must stress we all have our own free will. Tarot is supposed to be informative, but also fun. And we have a very special night today on Tarot by LeaMarie. We have the Cabot witches here that are going to be receiving information. Tell me a little bit about how you guys work in terms of getting messages for the callers that are going to call in tonight.
Sure, we actually get information through light energy, and we use our brains, our minds, to be open and receptive to that light information. And the light information can give us anything from pictures, words, sounds, and we interpret that information in doing a reading to help provide people with information which will hopefully help them in their decision-making process. We're not fortune tellers, but we are detectives in a way.
Okay, so I'm the only fortune teller here today. Is that correct? Now tell me a little bit about the Cabot tradition, if you will.
Well, the Cabot tradition is developed by Reverend LeaMarie Cabot. It is about 50 years running now under her reign, and it is a beautiful tradition that incorporates the art and science of magic along with the history. And we use our magic for the greater good. We try our best to heal and help others, as well as our own psychic and personal development and growth.
Well, that's great. Well, we have a call now, so we're going to be able to put this into
Wonderful.
practice. Hello, caller. You're in the air with Tarot by LeaMarie. Hello, caller. Hello? Hello? Do we have the call, or what's going on here? Hello? We got to work out this call situation. We're in Studio A tonight. We're usually in Studio B. This is the fun part of it, so if whoever that caller was, call back if you can. All right. So anyway, we'll go on to you, John. Tell me a little bit about your journey in the becoming a witch, becoming a Cabot witch.
My journey is basically, right now I'm still in studies with Reverend LeaMarie Cabot to become a high priest and then eventually become a reverend in the tradition. I am a recognized Cabot witch as a priest. I became a priest in July of this past summer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what about you? How did you get into the...
I started studying witchcraft mostly because I had always been psychic as a child and interested in ways to enhance my own psychic ability. And I took a trip to Salem one afternoon and wandered into LeaMarie's shop. I knew nothing about witchcraft other than what I guess anyone else would see on television. And I was immediately struck by the energy that I felt in the shop. And that afternoon I wound up buying LeaMarie's book, The Power of the Witch, and read it that evening. And that was my first formal introduction to witchcraft. And I started taking weekend workshops at her shop in Salem. The Cat and the Crow and the Crown was the name of the shop. It's now closed. And that led me to actually formally enrolling in her classes. And I've studied with her ever since and was initiated as a high priest almost 3 years ago, I think. It's been a while, 4 years ago.
Congratulations. Well, we do have a call back on the air. Hello, caller. You're in the air with Tarot by LeaMarie.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Are you excited? We've got these awesome people here from the Cabot Temple. I'm very excited. It's a big coup to have these wonderful people in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick prediction for January because they're here and everybody sees me all the time, and I want to showcase them tonight. Is that okay with you?
I love it. Thank you very much.
And they might have a question. Are you open if they have to ask you a question to sort of connect with whatever they're going to get for you, if that's okay? I don't need anything. I'm just going to pull a card real quick, and then I'll let you guys chime in. So my prediction for you for the new year, actually I'm just going to split my deck. Oh, I'm going to split my deck right in half just to see what card I get for you. Oh, well, I get the Two of Pentacles, which means that for the new year, you're going to be just sort of going back and forth, trying to make some decisions. Well, everybody for the new year is trying to make changes in their life. So I do feel for the new year, you're going to be just sort of trying to get more balance in your life. You're going to be weighing the pros and cons for some decisions that you need to clear the dead weight. And also this card represents the eyes, so I don't know if you're going to be getting new glasses, contacts, something, but there might be a little vision issue, and it also could mean that things that weren't clear before will become clear as well. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. And who wants to chime in and take this call and compliment? Kip?
Well, I would ask first if you have a particular question you'd like for us to look into.
Just family.
Just family. Well, some of the things that I'm picking up for you involve two women, one of whom is, they're both very strong. One woman who has more of a fiery, active personality. I could see in the next year that there could be some issues that perhaps she is not particularly thrilled or overjoyed with some of the things you'd like to do. I also get a real strong sense of another woman, it could be you in fact, who definitely has a very good sense of judgment about what she's doing. So I think one challenge for you in the next year will be to make sure to trust your own intuitive sense of judgment on what to do, and understand that sometimes the things that will be correct for you may not always meet with instantaneous approval by others.
And I had also,
Thank you.
And Jackie has something.
yes, I also pulled up a card while LeaMarie was talking, and I see the need for communication this coming year and really letting some problematic issues come out into the surface in a healing way, not an attack method, which might be difficult with some personalities that you are surrounded by, but really approach it in a way to let these burdens of conversation or issues that you've had over you during this year, don't let it be next year's problem.
And John, do you see any spirits around?
No, actually I don't.
No, anybody see?
No, nothing
will
about
you,
energy.
Okay,
No.
well, you want to add anything with your
No,
crystals?
actually, no. I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do
Yeah.
you have any other questions you want to ask?
The next one was there any spirits around me? Is there anyone connecting?
Okay. Let's see. Yes. Let's see if anybody feels any spirits around.
I'm getting a yes for a male energy.
An older gentleman.
Do you see him now? I see glasses, a white beard. I don't want to. He's not heavy like Santa, but he definitely has this old. He's.
Broad.
Yeah, he's barrel-chested. I want to say.
I understand.
Yep.
Do you know who we're talking about?
My grandfather.
Okay.
Okay.
He's just here, happy for the holidays. He's not saying anything to me quite yet. I'll listen in though. He's got really white teeth. I don't know if they're false or not, but he's smiling.
This all.
Yeah, they're really white. It's a great
Brilliant.
full mouth, the nice full dentures that look nice
Like
upon
you're
his
very
lips.
proud of those.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. That's why
Yeah.
you'd be smiling.
I think he's just going to be around for the holidays. He's not saying anything, but I would leave out a little plate of food for him, perhaps at the table during your festive times, because he will be there.
Wonderful. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Have a good
Have-
night.
Thank you, LeaMarie.
You're welcome. So that was nice. I mean, I like that, you know, how things are going here. So let's also talk about these beautiful potions. Now, John, you
Yes.
like to do potions,
Yes,
right?
I do.
And now, do you guys like to do potions as much as him?
course.
Oh,
you
yeah,
do? Okay,
Jackie,
so
yeah.
It's part of our
so
study.
that's
Yep.
part of your study is to do potions. Now, tell me, which one is this one?
That is a money potion.
It's now money potion. Now, could somebody make this at home if they wanted to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get actually herbal magazine books from different authors. LeaMarie Cabot herself has a magical.
The Witch's Herbal Companion,
Yeah.
among others.
Yes, it gives you all the planetary alignments to which, whether it be a stone or a plant extract, the physical resin of the plant or any of the oils itself. Gives you,
The
hours
magical
of the
properties.
magical
Yep.
properties.
properties.
Yeah, but the hours of the day, the days of the week, and stuff like that. What your intentions are to actually get the best out of your potion.
All right, well, you guys are going to have to wait at home to know what's actually in this money potion so you can bring your money to you for the new year, because we have a call. Hello, caller. You're in the air at Tarot by LeaMarie.
Hi.
Hi. Are you watching the show?
Yes.
So you know what we have going on here. We have Kip, Jacqueline, and John, and they're going to be picking up energy and giving readings as well to complement mine. I'm going to do a quick prediction for January, and I'll see what they pick up for you, and they might ask you questions.
Okay.
Can you turn your TV down in the background? I can't hear it, but I guess they can hear it in the background. Do you have your TV up, or?
It's all the way down.
Oh, good. And you can watch this on my website next week if you want, on tarotbyleamarie.com, so you'll be able to hear it again. All right, so let me pull one card just to give you a quick little advice for the new year. Let's see. Ooh, I got the Ace of Coins. So that means for the new year, money is going to be coming to you, which is wonderful. I would love. Oh, and I was holding the money potion. Maybe because I was holding the money potion.
Maybe
While
you were projecting your money.
Yeah.
No, money is going to come to you from me holding the money thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey,
Power
baby, you better
projection.
come here, take me out to lunch if you get your money next year, okay? No, I do see money coming in. This is going to be a gift to you. This card also represents communication, letters, and things of that nature. So I feel the beginning of the year is going to be sort of getting all your ducks in a row. I don't know if you're looking for a job, sending out resumes or things of that nature, receiving a lot of communication. And I do see money coming into you next year, so things are going to get better if you're having a little bit of trouble now financially.
Okay.
So that's good. So I'm going to go, who wants to go first to... Anybody? Kip, you look like you already got some
Sure.
stuff going
I
on.
pulled 2 cards. I always like to do a quick reading, 2 cards. And one of them indicates to me that for this next year, I definitely see a karmic ending, a death or end of a phase for you, whether you wanted out of the job you were in, out of a relationship, out of a situation. It's coming to a close, which is a positive thing for you. Many of us sometimes have things we want to end as much as we may want to begin something. But also I see a challenge for you, and that is to remember you have the ability to make manifest your desires. And I see that you don't have quite the confidence to move forward with realizing the things that you would like. So a thing you might focus your energies on in the new year are to make sure that you understand you have the ability and the power to make the things you would like occur. So think about building that positive energy to make those things happen.
Okay.
I like that. And does anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
Yes, I pulled a different type of card that talks about something occurring that is beyond your control and will also jumpstart this new beginning / ending of a phase. This might seem like a miracle to you. It might seem out of the whim. It is positive. I asked the pendulum that, and it will be perceived in that way where it's almost the kick, you know, to jumpstart this situation. So whatever it may be, it is for the good.
Okay.
And John, do you have anything
Yeah,
to add?
the card I pulled up back, everything basically with you has been going back and forth. It's a constant, and I do see that coming to an end as well. Maybe even a vacation at the end of it all, too, to be honest with you.
That'd be great. Got any vacations planned?
No.
Now, do you have any questions?
Okay.
Does anybody want to maybe do any medium? No.
Do you have any
do
questions?
you have anybody?
Personal?
Any questions? Of
Sure.
somebody?
Do you see anyone hanging out?
This takes a minute. So.
I'm not perceiving anyone at the moment, I will tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really picking anybody up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll do something else next time. But thank you. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. So anyway, we were talking about the money potion. I don't have my glasses on. It's this one, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So what is in the money potion?
Well, each potion has a carrier oil, and then there's different essential oils that are mixed in there to actually carry the intention of the potion, and then they're charged with our energy for the intention to make sure that any positive or correct, any positive or negative energies that are incorrect in your magical perception for that are removed, and it's to for the better and harming none.
Well, can you buy what's in this at Stop and Shop
No.
in North
No.
Quincy? No?
No.
Damn it. Are you sure?
Oh,
They've got
pause
some
it.
crazy herbs over there in aisle
Well,
11.
you
What are
can-
you talking
you
about?
can do some kitchen
haven't-
magic,
have you
but that's
seen,
within your,
Have
you
you
know.
seen Stop and Shop, the international aisle?
Oh.
Come on.
That was not made in China.
What is made in Squantum?
Yeah.
No, made in Salem. What is the oil?
The carrier oil actually in the money is a almond oil.
Almond oil.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else is
And
there?
then another oil in there is a pure cinnamon extract.
Let's Stop and Shop. You can get the cinnamon extract and the almond
Well, you know,
oil.
actually,
Food grade, you're thinking
Yeah.
of now. Yep.
Well, hey, you know, you gotta do
You know, in a
you
whim,
gotta
I
use
mean,
what
if your
you-
intentions
if you
are
want-
of
if
that-
if you were just like, you know, people don't have access to.
It's
Could. You
Yes.
could charge
Something
anything.
fun.
And there
ultimately.
you can use certain plants and materials to attract
Yeah, household. Let's talk
money
household
or
stuff. Yeah, money.
we
Household
like to
stuff
actually
for
think
money.
about it in terms of success because you know you can attract money by going out and hurting yourself and having an
Right,
accident.
look at those
And
lottery winners.
That's right. Or you can have money come to you in a way that's really prosperity.
Yes.
And really, we would suggest that people always project for prosperity and think about the good things coming to you as opposed to just saying, I want cash, because
Right.
cash can come in ways that aren't
Cash
always
is
so
king,
nice.
honey, though. Come on, who are you kidding? Hello, caller in the air. No, I'm just teasing. We have a call, right? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good, thank you. I appreciate you calling in.
Oh, thanks.
You've
Glad I
seen-
got through.
I know. You've seen the show, so you know what's going on. So we'll give you a quick prediction, and then we'll let everybody else chime in and see what they have for you for the coming new year.
Okay.
And unless you have any, do you have a specific question that you want to ask? Actually, I'll do the quick prediction, and if you have a question, chime in, and I'll let these guys answer it. Okay?
Great.
Because sometimes it's good when you have questions. So for me, for the new year, I see victory. I see the Six of Wands is here. I feel this is going to be your year. I feel that finally you're going to feel a sense of justice finally coming through. I feel that you have had some struggles in the past. I do see a man around that you've been struggling with, kind of a dominant male. I got to tell you, I do see another man coming into your life. I feel it's going to be about a month from now. I feel a man coming into your life, little flirtation. I don't know if it's going to go very far, but it's going to be put a little spark in your little belly, which is what you need, and good communication going on. And I do feel like, I mean, I'm overdoing it with you, but I do feel like this is going to be a good year for you. New things are coming in, and you've had a tough, rough paper route. This year, it's going to be a brand new paper boy coming. All right. So I'm gonna. What's your specific question though? And I'll let these guys pass the mic over to them. Do you have a specific one?
Yes, actually, just it has to do about the new year, like just prosperity, just like, you know, moving forward in my career, doing better money-wise, just things just coming to a head and just getting better.
Well, first of all, I do see the end result later in the year being a symbol of prosperity, so things are looking good for you. But I will caution you that in the meantime, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of hesitancy on your part. I don't know if you were thinking of doing something and you've been feeling very uncertain about whether that's correct to do it or whether you should hesitate. I think the best thing you can do is make up your mind on what you'd like to do and proceed. And I do see you a new source of income. Maybe you've been looking for a new job or want a new job. I think the ultimate outcome will be positive, but I think you have to make sure to overcome your hesitancy about what you'd like to do.
Very true.
Yeah, and I see a time that's needed. I don't see the next 3 months being the most positive time for you. I think there needs to be some healing. There needs to be, you do have some past issues. I also saw that gentleman not being healthy in your life and that a new person is coming into your life. I saw that as well. And I think there is this time where you need to focus on yourself and your own personal healing on a relationship level. I think you need some self-esteem work done for yourself. I think once that work is done, getting a job will be very easy, or getting a new position in your job, or a greater income. I think right now that you're not quite your full potential.
You're setting
Yeah.
limitations on
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, unnecessary sacrifices, and you need to build up your own inner strength in order for these next few months that are the challenging parts of you to get through them.
I like that concept of, well, I don't like it, but when you say unnecessary sacrifice, I feel that people do that, and I am feeling that person does that as well. Explain a little bit more about unnecessary sacrifice. Like, it's like almost martyring yourself, is it? Or what is it? What is it? I don't mean it in a bad way, but torturing yourself? Is that what it is?
You know, it's time that she takes, as what we would call sovereignty, and step up and, you know, make the issue yourself. You know, take care of you, and put all your energy within yourself, because you're doing it for everybody else, and it's really not doing you any good in the aspect of what is the healthier your avenue.
And life,
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, life is very dramatic.
Yeah.
I think you're taking too much time in playing out these dramas with these other situations that have nothing to do with career. However, you'd be surprised how much they affect your self-esteem and self-worth, and how that goes right into that aspect of your life.
I see a very strong person in your core, but you are weaving yarns into ropes that you are self-entangling in your attempt to get involved in too many things and too many energies that aren't helping you. So you're really taking all that drive and energy, and you're really just strangling yourself with these limitations. You are setting the limitations yourself, so you can move beyond it if you choose to.
And I think you will.
Yeah, certainly.
I think you will. I think you definitely will. I think
Certainly
next year
spring
you will.
is your
You're
time.
Gonna,
Yep.
You're gonna break the chains.
Well, sounds like you know me.
Do you have any other questions?
I mean, you couldn't have been more certain about me. Like all the things that I think and I know, but I don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're a strong woman, though. I'm sure
Exactly.
that you've won your battles. You know, you just gotta keep on fighting, I guess. You know.
And I have been trying to put more time into myself. I've been thinking about moving forward in my career and going back to school. I've been hesitant about it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should definitely go back to school. What do you guys see for school for her? Do you see positive? Obviously, it's going to be positive, but do you see her completing it, or?
I see a success in spring. I wouldn't be surprised if you try to enroll for April. And
Yeah, I was
really
going to say the fourth
get
month
that.
definitely is.
Yeah.
Yep, the fourth
I'm
month.
definitely feeling spring for you.
Near Easter. I think you've already have basically 1 down, 3 to go as far as issues that you're encountering or that you are in now. So you're 1 step closer, you know, just 3 steps away. So yeah, I would say the 4th month of the new year.
Good.
that sounds great because actually I was looking around that time about, April, May.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's good. So that's
Yeah, Easter.
affirmation. That's
Yeah.
affirmation
4 to
to
5
move
months.
forward.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
It is interesting how I like the well, I don't like the concept, but I like to explore about how we, set our limitations. And say that again about the weaves and the this and the yarn, and that was very poignant, and I liked it, but I need to hear it again
Well,
to digest that.
Well, I don't know. It was coming to me. That's what she was doing.
Wait, no, I know, but say it again. I need to hear it again.
What I was trying to say
No,
was
just say the phrase. Do you
she was
remember?
weaving yarns to create ropes that she entangled herself in. In other
See?
words, she was just
I
like
know, that
making
is
this
so-
whole
that's like poetry.
complications.
Yeah, it's almost as if like the noose.
I like that,
you
the
know?
weaving yarn
Yeah.
into her own noose. But the yarn almost felt like,
Well,
she's
not a
grasping
noose.
at
Well,
It wasn't
no,
a noose.
a
It
noose
was more
sense.
like an ensnare or a trap. She was
I'm
really
dramatic.
she was
I neutralized
she
the
was
noose.
binding herself. She was
You're
inhibiting her
weaving yarn
own
into
power.
a noose. The
Yeah.
cops will be at her house.
No,
Yeah.
but it isn't a noose. She wasn't weaving a noose. She was actually weaving more like an ankle bracelet tied to a tree, and she just couldn't free herself up to use her own energy.
Yeah.
This reminds me, speaking of an ankle bracelet, my niece, when she graduated from 5th grade, the best, Mr. Houghton from Squantum,
Yeah.
best principal ever. He gave this speech, and I wept. And the thing that he said was, he talked about the elephant. And when a baby elephant is in the circus, they put a chain around his ankle. And after fighting and fighting for so long, he stops to fight. He stops fighting, so much so that they slip a regular rope around his ankle. And he thinks that it's the
He's
chain.
trapped.
And the teacher, Mr. Houghton said, don't ever let anybody slip that chain around your foot like that. Don't let anybody trick you into thinking that they have you trapped and you can't succeed.
Yeah.
The way he said it was 10 times better than I'm saying it now, but I
Oh.
remember just like, this guy is so unbelievable. And I do like Mrs. Squantum, Mr. Sylvie, he's nice, but Mr. Houghton was something else. And that's what that reminds me of, what you said
Yes.
about the chain. You know,
Yeah.
it's not even a chain anymore. Now it's a rope. You think that it is, and that poor elephant could kill everybody and get out. But where's he gonna go anyway? But anyway, we get a call. Do we have a call? Okay. Hello, caller. You're in the Air Tower by LeaMarie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, it's really good to be on your show this evening. As soon as I saw that you were on cable and I saw that you had your guests on, I was like, redial.
Ah.
So I made it through.
All right. So well, then you've been watching.
Yeah.
So I don't need to, say anything else. I'm going to pull a card for the new year, and then if you have a question, you can ask it, and I'll let them take over, or they could also give you a prediction for January. But let me just see what I see coming for the new year.
Okay.
And a man flipped over when I did that, but I'm seeing, I gotta tell you, I see a little bit of a heartache, a little upset coming. So I'm feeling like you're going to be resolving, well, since the male flipped over, it feels like heartbreak over a man that's around you that is going to sort of carry into the new year. And you're going to be doing a lot of thinking and feeling a little defeated, maybe a little depressed, but ultimately you're going to end with a greater understanding, and I do see a new partnership coming your way this year. So whether that's a compromise between the gentleman that's kind of giving you a hard time or a new gentleman altogether, some sort of compromise is going to be made that you're going to be at peace with it. The Lovers card is here, balance, moderation, so that it will work out well towards the end, towards the middle of the year. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It does. It's
Is
what
it
the
a-
cards say.
Is it a boyfriend or is it a male family member that's kind of, you feel a little?
Well, I would, at this point, I don't know if it's in a romantic sense that this card is alluding to, but for me, it tends to be my boss, who is a male.
Yeah.
But is it a romantic card that
It doesn't
indicates?
it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic card. It is the King of Cups, which does sometimes indicate romance, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. If it resonates with you that it's a male around you, it's your boss that's giving you a hard time, and it's bothersome, and you need to come up with a compromise, then that's what it is. So know that will be resolved. You know.
That's good. Yeah.
But do you have another question you want to ask specifically, or was that what you were looking for the answer to?
I would like to know if I'm sorry, I don't know the woman's name who is the
Jacqueline.
Who's Jacqueline? If you can feel somebody around me.
I'll take a few moments and see. Well, I do have a strong indication that there's someone around you. It's a female.
That's funny because I was
I'm going to
thinking
say,
that it would be because I had just recently lost my stepfather, who was a father figure, and so I was wondering if it was him. But if it's a female energy, then that would be somebody else.
yes, I feel like it's a younger female that
Yeah.
passed over. I'm thinking around 32 years of age. This was a long time ago, though. I see her almost like a 70s view. She's quite young, and she's got bell bottoms on, and this was
That
a
would be-
while back. This was a long time ago.
Oh, I'll have to think about that one.
I'm trying to... John, Kip, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, I had an indication even in the cards I'd pulled earlier about a younger. At first, I wasn't sure if it was a male or a female. It was a younger person, and it came up through my image of the Page of Cups and the cards, and it indicated me a younger, probably younger woman. I was getting very strong emotional ties. Did you lose a friend in childhood when you were younger?
Not that I recall. But that doesn't mean that I don't have angels around me that are at any age. You know,
Yeah, I feel like this young woman who is around in her 30s.
Yep, I think it's 37 too. some type of like a money situation of some sort. To be honest, I'm getting.
I'm just getting what she looks like. She has long blonde hair. She has bell bottoms on. She has those old fitted shirts that are striped. She's trying to tell me something, but I'm not able to tune into it right now. I think I'm overworking it just a little bit. I'm sorry. That's all I have. Yeah.
No, it's great. No, bell bottoms make sense to me. That's my generation.
Yeah.
Well,
just
perhaps when you think about it, you know, it'll just come to you because Kip was actually just at a party at my house last weekend, and this woman come downstairs and she said, you know, he said there was this woman, Jean, and you know, she wasn't really an aunt, but I don't know who he was talking about. And her daughter said, no, he said it was a J name, and I don't really know who that could be. It was an aunt, but she was sort of married into the family. And then she said, Jean, and her mother was like, who? And she's like, Aunt Jean. So sometimes you don't think of people. So after the phone call, you'll think, oh, wait a minute, I do remember somebody. Sometimes that happens.
This is a person from earlier in your life, and you might have fallen out of contact with them in recent history. But if you go back, it's someone that knows you. I'm quite convinced of it.
I'm quite convinced that there is nothing to really. She's not trying to say anything. I think she's trying to have you remember that time period of your past, and not just remember her, but that who you were then. That time where you were younger yourself and free-spirited, and maybe had certain ambitions or dreams. She seems very carefree, and very fine with the fact that she's passed over.
Yeah.
But I'm not receiving too much more information as if she's saying anything to you.
Has anybody picked up if I should look into pursuing artwork?
Well, when LeaMarie was doing the readings, that's what I was originally going to hone in on, is that you have a very psychic, creative aspect to yourself that you have not been. Again, it's probably was an earlier pursuit of your childhood that you've long forgot, and you're very intuitive with your artwork. You see a flower and you see so much more to it. I think you need to get back into that state of your old self, where you were able to see the beauty around you and create.
One challenge that I see for you right now, and I pulled several cards to just look into this a little bit, is that I definitely see that in recent history, it's as if you've been wandering around wondering, where can I really find what I want to be doing right now? And I think perhaps earlier in your life you were in better contact with your own inner desires and who you really believe that you were, and something's happened in life that's made you feel disconnected. I think that your ambitions about art are as good a vehicle as any to reconnect with yourself. I think you do have an intuitive ability, and if you want to do that, you can. I do see you being successful, meaning that if you allow yourself to kind of journey into this refinding your inner drive or inner desires, you'll be much happier.
I love art.
Sense. Yeah, well, it sounds like my mother, too, because she always says, how come you're not doing your artwork? So.
Well, how come you're not doing your artwork? Let's ask you. Why aren't you doing it?
Because my mother says, do your artwork.
No, but how come? Are you joking?
You rebel.
Wait a minute. You're still rebelling against your mother? Come on.
Yeah, can you believe it at this age?
I know, but really, take a second and think about it. Why aren't you doing your artwork? Think about that. And you, whatever answer you come up with is what you have to work on, you know?
Put on those bell bottoms and
That's
get
right,
out the
Donna.
macrame or the
That
paint or
belongs.
something.
That back free-spirited self that you once had.
Put
And
on a
remember that
blonde
time
wig.
period.
Put on a blonde wig and some bell-bottom jeans
Be
and
free.
go down Wollaston Beach and
Part
you
your
know,
hair in the middle.
do a nice scenic painting. All right, and
Sounds
I'll
good.
showcase it. I'll put it right on my show. Your first piece of artwork, I will put on my show. If you want somebody to see it,
Thank you so much.
I'll buy
Thank
it.
you,
Actually,
everyone.
I'll
Thank
buy
you.
it. I will buy it. Not over $50 though.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fair enough. Thank you, everybody, and have a nice
Thank you.
holiday.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to draw and do artwork. Why aren't I doing it? And you know why I'm not doing it? Because I'm horrible at it.
Oh.
I couldn't draw a stick figure.
There's
I'm
other
so-
ways to be creative,
Yeah.
though.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I do writing and stuff.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
I always
Yeah.
wanted to, people who were artistic and could draw what they, I just admire that so much. You know, I just always wished that I had that artistic ability. But, now while we're waiting for a call, you have another potion here. This is love. Right? Which one? Is this?
That's love, yep.
That's
love
love.
potion.
What's in the love potion?
Well, the carrier oil for the love potion is jojoba.
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 Oh, sexy.
And that's more of actually a wax opposed to just an
Not sexy.
Wax
can
can
be.
be sexy.
Well, I don't
waxing.
know.
Hot wax.
Well, I'm not
Wax
into the
on, wax off.
Wax. That's way too. What was that lady with the big hair in that awful movie? Donna Summer, not Donna Summer. Diana Ross. It was that movie.
Which
No,
one?
it was Diana Ross at the with candle wax and. Oh
Mahogany.
God.
That one.
Huh?
No,
Yeah,
well,
mahogany. Yeah.
I will call you Mahogany. I love that movie.
That
What?
movie was so bad. My God, and I was like watching a movie when I was like 9. I'm like, what's she gonna do with those candles? This doesn't make any sense at all.
So if you're running down to Stop and Shop, you can buy roses, among other things. Roses are good for attracting love. Red,
Absolutely.
you could burn a red candle.
Oh,
Okay, you can think about love and burn a red
There's
candle.
cinnamon for passion.
Cinnamon is good
Yep,
for
that's a
that.
household.
All right, all right. I think we have a call. Hello, caller. You're in the Hotel by LeaMarie. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? You've been
I'm good.
watching. You've been watching, right?
I have been, yep,
So you know what's going on.
I do.
So I'll do a quick prediction, and then if you want to ask a question or see what comes up, I'm just going to pull one.
Okay, that's fine.
Just going to pull one card to see.
Okay.
I've got the Nine of Wands, which shows that next year's going to be kind of a year of recovery. The person in this card is like sort of like a person who's come back from battle, a little bit defensive, but is survived.
Right.
So this year is about survival. You survived. Now you're going to heal, and also you're going to be better off for it. Like, you know, when you have a bad cold and you've built up your immunity. That's what it's going to be like.
Right, right.
You're stronger. You've been there. You've done that. And that's what I see. I'm not going to get any more specific, pull any more cards. I'll pass it over to. Do you have a specific question? Or you want them just to continue on with what I've said?
You can continue on.
All right, so continue on. I'll pass it along.
I see evidence of some challenges and some continuing challenges in this year. I
Yes.
feel like, I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but let's put it in a constructive light. I think that you want to continue to imagine moving yourself into sunlight. And I think that you can sense the sunlight is near you, but you haven't stepped into it, but you would like to be in the sun. So I think one of the challenges for this year are ways that you can move yourself into that more divine and better light for you. I also think that among the challenges that you may face this year could include challenges in regards to the dissolution or ending of partnerships or relationships, that whether it's close friendship or romantic relationships. I think it's really important to understand that sometimes the transformations to put you into better light may sometimes mean an ending to some of the closeness that you were familiar with.
Okay. That's probably right.
And what do you think, Jacqueline? You have anything to add?
I'd like to touch on some healing aspects. I feel like this is the year to finally get some of your health issues that you are aware of under control. Some of these health issues are not major, but I think they're being ignored. The right path is not being addressed, and that this is the time to really jump on that and get that under control. The time is of the essence with your particular health problems. And
Yep, that's right on mine too.
yeah, so I think that this is the year. This is where you have to get serious about it and face what's going on. It looks like it will be successful, and that you have the right doctor and the right people that you need to talk to. They're there. You already know who they are. If for some reason you're not listening to their advice or not taking it as seriously as you should.
Right.
These are all preventative measures. Your health is not failing you, but to be serious about it is serious.
I see headaches. Do you have any headaches or something? I see
Yeah, I
something.
do sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's everybody gets headaches, so I don't want to. I see
I'm a
some-
very stressful person.
I see something with the head for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Do you want to tell us what your health problems are? You don't have to if you don't want to, but
No, I'm just a very stressful person. I let stress get
so
me.
it's in your head. What's going
Right.
on is in your head.
Well, stress
So-
is very serious.
Oh,
it's
stress
one of
is-
the worst
Oh,
health
stress
problems
is
there
serious,
is.
but it's in,
Yeah.
but it's in your head, you know,
Yeah.
which is a good
Right.
thing because there are some conditions that you have that somebody can't just relax and meditate or breathe or do these
that's
things.
it.
So
John,
stress
what do
is
you see?
No, I just
stress
find
kills though.
Yeah, I mean, I find that you have a hard time even mostly getting out of bed at times throughout the day, or even getting up to go do your day-to-day stuff. I just feel a lot of like weight on your shoulders, and I'm not sure if it's actually something that you've, you know, you're kind of adding it yourself in a way, ignoring the things that maybe you should address and take care of. But I think that, like Jackie had said, it's definitely a year for you to take care of your health, you know, and focus on that.
There is some good news, though. I know a lot of this sounds like kind of critical thinking about situations, health, your own activities, but I will say this much. One of the other cards I turned up looking into your situation indicates to me a change in fortune, particularly in a more positive light. So as Jackie mentioned, these things are, they are manageable and they can be overcome, these difficulties that you're beset with, if you decide to take action and do it. So a lot of these stress-induced illness that are contributing to your feeling down or bad, you can overcome them, and it's definitely within your power to move into a much better light and a much better space in this year.
It's so tough. I know I go the same stuff. I get stressed, I get depressed, I get melancholy, and I know that I can do things, and then you're just like I don't even want to do anything, you know? So it is difficult.
yeah.
I understand, but
And the lack of the sun at this time of the year as well, and if that's what she's actually needing right now as well. And you know, we are approaching the darkest day of the year, coming up on Friday the 21st, which is actually what we celebrate for our solstice as Yule, and we draw back the sun, because that turning of the wheel, actually, we are actually calling back the sun into our life, and it's starting to becoming, you know, stronger and stronger every single day. So within, I think, that, as well as the new moon approaching, I think that, well, the full moon, I should say, I'm sorry, approaching, you know, it's a good time for you to, you know, project for, you know, the greater things in your life that are coming.
Yeah.
so draw back your shades, let that moonlight come in, take a deep breath, make a wish as to what you want your life to be, and you shall have it.
Right, thank you.
All right.
You're right.
you.
Good
All right,
luck.
guys, thanks.
All right.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
I'm
Yep,
going to
bye.
do that too.
Bye.
Good. We
I'm
all
going to
should.
do that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to do right by that full moon. So we were talking about my shopping list for Stop and Shop to bring prosperity, love, and then protection was the other one that you brought.
Protection, yes. Everyone needs, that's the first essential potion or oil you should actually create as a witch.
Tell me
is a
about
protection.
psychic attack. How can people, now you don't have to be a witch or read tarot cards to be a victim of psychic attack.
That's true.
Now, if people just wish you ill will, is that a form of psychic attack? Well, obviously it is,
Well,
but
you know, you can take someone's negative energy that they're trying to put at you, and actually it's called polarity. You turn it around and actually make it better for yourself. You know, the best revenge is to you know, for anyone that's after you, that is to be successful.
that's what Ivanka Trump said. Living
It's
good
true.
is the best revenge.
And psychic attacks are not just like some magical projection. It's also using emotional manipulation for people to drag you down, to keep you under their thumb, to manipulate you. Those are all different types of what we call psychic attack.
Same as that elephant, you know, the
Yes,
shackle
that's-
around his ankle,
yeah.
and I mean, you know, it's that memory. It's been instilled in the poor
So
thing.
what can people, if people feel like at home that they're being manipulated, that they're, psychic attack is a very strong word, and it's enough to make people paranoid. So, you know, you're not, maybe I shouldn't use such a dramatic of a
no one's
word.
powerless. Even though that is occurring to them, no one is powerless.
Okay, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and you can feel the attack, but you can also have the moment to say, I recognize this. I'm going to shield it. I'm going to block it. This isn't happening. Or I'm going to not allow this anymore by removing this person out of my life, or having a good talk to them, and maybe that will turn around the situation. Maybe they'll recognize it. Either way, action is needed. When another action is done to you, you need to take another action.
So you could do like white light. I know that's a lot of things. So
Yeah.
if you feel like somebody's very negative, just sort of.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can just visualize a person's face. You know, close your eyes, visualize a person's face, and just put a nice big white X over them. You know, that's neutralizing their negative energy. That it just shielded you from that whole entire.
Also, bullying, name calling, making you feel low. You know, people being really mean to you. Sometimes that bullying behavior stems from their own low self-esteem, and they
Absolutely.
project it forward onto you by being mean and cruel and vicious. One of the things that you can do is also visualize pink light. Bathe them in pink light so that they feel better about themselves.
I like that.
That can help
I like that.
calm them down from like sending all this negative energy your way. And it's also part of your own self-protection by reaching out to help others.
Yes.
I actually like that. I never thought of that. That you actually can just help that person by sending them light so they feel better about themselves. And pink in particular is
Yes,
is that
pink-
like a healing light
Yes,
or
it's a
what?
healing self-love, a self-worth light.
I
You
like
can put
that.
it on yourself as well on the days you feel down.
Well, let me tell you something. Fuji in Quincy Center in the bathroom is like pink light. And I go in that bathroom and I feel like I'm a goddess. I swear to God. The
Well, you
whole,
are.
well, thank you. But, you know, it's nice to feel that way.
Yes.
You know, like I always thought there's something about this place. There's something about this bathroom. And it must be that
It is.
pink
Laurie
light.
Cabot calls it the Schubert Theater pink light. It makes everyone glamorous and a star. And you imagine bathing yourself and others in that light, and you immediately feel better about yourself.
Okay,
You know,
well,
get up in the morning, stare yourself in the mirror, and just say, you know, I am not going to accept that negative energy. You know, I am above this. You know, and just every morning, you know, I am great. I am successful. I will be successful. I
I'm
will
beautiful.
be more successful. Yes, I'm beautiful. Or you know, all those things to yourself until you actually can look yourself in the mirror and actually look at yourself and say, you know what, it's true. I am those things.
yeah, you fake
you
it till you
know.
make it type deal, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, well, we have a call. Hello, caller. You're on the air at Tower by LeaMarie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I was listening on the phone and listening from the TV, and it's in two different time frames. It gets confusing.
It does. So, did you turn your TV down?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you've been watching, so you know what we got here. We got these wonderful witches, and we've got me, and we're having.
Oh,
a
I
fun-
didn't know they were witches. Just came in about 20 minutes ago, and decided to watch. But I go to the tea room, and
Well, they're.
I know the people at the tea room, and I also am a medium.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're calling, and well, they are also. Have you heard of the Cabot witches?
Cabot witches.
Yeah. That's what their temple is.
I
Cabot.
was wondering.
Yeah,
Yes.
LeaMarie Cabot is the, you know,
Founder.
the founder, and she's also the most famous witch. She came in the 70s, sort of, you know.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so they study under her and all her practices, so everything that they do
Yeah,
is.
she's the official witch of Salem.
She's the official witch
Yes.
of Salem. So
I
we
was gonna
have
say Salem,
we
yes.
have an extension of her here. Maybe someday she'll come in. I'd love to have her here. Or if we could do, I'd love to do a Wiccan Wiccan 101 with you guys. If you were interested in coming in, just sort of teaching people about the religion
Absolutely.
and everything. But let's get to the nitty gritty because we're getting to the end here. So
Yes.
I'll give a prediction for you,
Thank you.
for January, and then you guys can slip into Alpha or pull cards, whatever you guys want to do. So for me, and that's interesting that you're a medium. Do you practice mediumship at the tea room?
No, I'm in the spiritualist church.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yep. Okay.
Salem.
Quincy,
I
spiritual.
don't
no,
do
I'm
it a lot, so I always feel like I'm out of practice. But when somebody asks me for a reading and I really hit it, I really get very excited.
Well, come on in. You could come in and be on the show if you wanted. But the funny thing is I actually filmed Rita Berkowitz down at the spiritualist church.
She was our
She was
pastor
a teacher,
for a while,
yeah.
yes.
I filmed her. She was a mediumship class. She taught at the spiritual
Very
church.
good teacher,
Yeah,
yes.
I actually have that. I
Is that
aired it here.
Swampscott or something like that?
There
Or?
are
They're
several,
they're affiliated with Swampscott, but it's in
Okay.
Quincy.
Okay.
All right, so let me pull a prediction for January. Just split my cards in half here. Well, I do see you going away on a vacation. I'm feeling around May, June.
First of February.
Oh, February, so I'm a little off. So you're going away on vacation.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I see for you. Also, I'm pulling the Ace of, I just wanted to pull another one because that's all I saw, so I need a little bit more. I'm seeing this is going to be a year of new beginnings, a lot of good energy coming into your life. I do feel this trip is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to bring you back with new perspective, and it's just going to set the momentum for your year of all new things, wonderful things, and this is also new opportunities, new jobs, just new everything, which is going to be great. You're going to feel completely refreshed. So I'm going to pass it along.
I would love all of that.
Good.
I wouldn't mind a trip in May either.
Well, maybe you'll do too, but I definitely see a trip.
Did you have a specific question you wanted to ask us about?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say on the television.
Okay.
What I might
Sure,
have
there's
wanted,
you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things to look out
a
for.
change in my life. I was thinking of.
Sure.
Yeah, I see. Oh,
I
Change, yes,
Yeah,
that
I
is change.
definitely see some transitions here. And let me just say that some of the things that are going to be coming your way may appear at first to be negative, or may appear to be not the thing you wanted to hear, or not the thing that you were looking to see or learn. But it's going to come up. It's going to get right in front of you. And when you are confronted with it, remember that it would be helpful to both look outward at what you're seeing and look inward for how you feel about it. And also to don't be confused that sometimes emotions may run away with us, and emotion is really not the same thing as intuition.
True.
So if you have a negative reaction to something you're confronted with, look deeper, get curious, ask yourself, what do I really think about this, as opposed to your immediate shell shock reaction to what's confronting you.
That much, huh?
Because I will say that I'm getting some indication here that you are feeling a little out of sorts and disconnected with some things. And I think that part of this kind of shocking news, if you will, is going to help get you back into the correct space that you want to be in.
Oh, good. Good.
For myself, I see, like LeaMarie, I see a very positive year for you, that you're able to conquer anything and everything this year. I pulled up the Sun card. I've asked the pendulum a few questions, and I see these challenges that Kipper is addressing, but I almost see them as just little speed bumps. Really, you're almost unstoppable this year.
Oh, I love
And I also asked if it was a planet alignment and something going on with your chart. And I think that's what it is about. The stars are just in your favor this year. And it would behoove you to get your chart done and get your transits done so you can learn more about that.
Okay.
It's definitely an astrological influence that is going on with you, but very favorable for the whole entire year.
I am thrilled with everything you're saying.
Yeah, and by the way, that shocking thing, an image came into my head, so I'll just share it with you. It's like if you're in your kitchen and you open the garbage can and it stinks to high heaven, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how horrible this garbage smells. Well, you know what? You have that negative reaction, but the reality is all you've got to do is take the garbage out.
Right.
Yes, it's
and get rid of the problem.
very little effort to be where you want to be. Very little effort this coming year.
yeah.
When I,
Just keep your eye on the prize, basically, and yeah.
When I flipped a few cards, I have to say that I did pull this has kind of been a heartbreaking year for you. I'm feeling a lot of sorrow and a lot of loss, and almost a feeling of just betrayal, and just kind of feeling very, very down and sort of flat on your back, like nothing worse could happen. And you're going from the rough waters to the smooth now. So what's good about this is that loss, that sorrow, that heartache is coming to an end. And I do feel that you're going to be better next year. So, and I think this trip is going to be very good for you, and it's something that you need to
It's my
help.
family, yeah.
You're having trouble with your family?
No, I don't get to see them very often.
Okay, so that's going to be, you need to see your family because they're going to help put things into
Right.
perspective for you and help heal whatever the loss and the sort of betrayal and the just negative, icky stuff. This is something that you really need.
Sounds fantastic.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask, or because we want to make sure you get the answer that you're looking for? I mean, if, you know.
Well, I know what you're talking about with the
Betrayal.
the loss, not betrayal necessarily. That happened to me about 20 years ago, but it's.
Sometimes you never get over things, though. Like you can carry that. I mean, when I say betrayal, if it happened 20 years ago, that shouldn't be the first thing you think of because it's been 20 years. So because that, when I use the word betrayal, you associated with that 20-year ago thing, it
True.
shows that you're not really over it yet, or anything that's happened to you in your life doesn't compare to that. You know what I'm saying? So that might be something you really want to look into.
All right, that's a good idea.
Just for clarity's sake.
You're right.
But also the loss you were going to talk
My
about.
father.
Oh.
Yeah, and my mother a few years before that. So, and I'm the one taking care of everything. So it was tough, yeah.
So it's going to be good to get away from it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's tough to be left as a caretaker, but feel grateful that you have the strength to do it, because I know when I was taking care of my mother and she passed away, you know, looking back, I was glad that God gave me the strength to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I do know.
It's a blessing to be able to care for people like that. But I know I'm not minimizing what you do, because it's extremely stressful. It's sad. It's heartbreaking when you're taking care of everything and you feel like nobody is taking care of you. But you know, God's given you the grace and the strength to do it.
I didn't even think of that. I was so busy doing it. You know, at the time, I didn't even think of nobody's taking care of me. You know.
Right. Well, then maybe that's your issue, that you got nobody to take care of, and it's making you feel a little lost. I mean, it's.
Well, I do have friends who are trying to help now. You know, it's maybe I'm talking when you. I shouldn't be watching the television while I'm listening to this.
No, you say whatever you want.
No, it went over like a 12-year period, and I'm working 4 nights a week, and I'm you know, getting calls. We're going to the emergency room and that kind of stuff, and then when it was over, I'm back to work, and all of a sudden I'm flat out.
You're on your back. That's that card, flat on your back.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden I was just flat out, and it's been going on, and I just want to get back to work, even if it's only 2 nights a week.
You're going to. I do. And like these, we all agree, we all see the same thing, is that things are going to get better.
I think it sounds wonderful.
I feel this trip is going to be the catalyst just to sort of put you in a new perspective.
I agree.
Yeah.
So.
The wheel of fortune is turning now, and you're going to see some changes.
But we only have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to have to sign off. I do appreciate you calling in. I hope that you have some sort of upliftment. Upliftment isn't even a word. You feel more uplifted. And I always make up my own words on the show.
Too.
They make fun of me all the time. So upliftment. Add that one back there to my made-up words. Oh, I appreciate you calling in. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Right.
And I'll call and let you know what happens.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I do get follow-up calls. I'd actually like to start taking people's emails down and have them call back to see what happens. So it was lovely having you guys here.
Thank you for the
Do
opportunity.
you have anything, any parting words? We only have 2 minutes, maybe 10 seconds of parting words or anything?
Well, John had mentioned earlier we're approaching the winter solstice. It is the darkest day of the year, and for us here in New England, in the northern parts of the country, it gets very grim, and people are really longing for the return of the sun. And we always like to take this opportunity to draw that light back into ourselves and to draw the light toward other people. So as you move through your holiday celebrations, whether it's Christmas or whatever you celebrate, think about drawing that light in, and it can definitely help you in the dark days.
I actually like the dark days. Is that weird? I like the feeling of it getting darker and darker.
Darkness is good. We need the cycle.
Yes, it's part of change.
changes.
You know, there wouldn't be changes. You know, and you know, without the turning of the wheel, you know, it wouldn't be a correct.
Time to meditate and to look within yourself and to really,
It's been warm,
analyze.
so it's hard to feel.
Turn the
It's
feet up,
because it's
open the
dark and
windows.
warm,
You know, get as much sun or moonlight you can get, especially right
Moonlight, yes.
now. Yeah.
Moonlight, starlight.
Yes, starlight, star bright. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. I'd like to say good night to my 3 little angels now, Brenna, Ava, and Arthur. And I'll be on in a couple weeks, and I'm going to have these guys back on again whenever they would love to. So, again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.